Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Friday, March 10th, 2017. In both the Lynn Life and the Jamie Body Mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions and nature realms guardians. And as of a couple of hours ago, we have another new team who thinks they're hot stuff that has arrived from above, and they just think they are the end all and be all.
That's true.
So far, from our perspective, they're no different than the many teams that have come and gone before them. They're the same. They've got the same vibrations of arrogance and refusal to acknowledge obvious realities.
And laziness.
And they're making incredibly obvious errors of speech.
That's true.
And so they're sloppy in their thinking, just like all the rest who have come and gone before them. It's not a match for the needs of the situation. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan for all dimensions, since that's what our soul contracts commit us to doing. With that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin, and they're immediately arguing and saying, well, we're here to manifest the divine plan. All right, we acknowledge that you are saying that. We do acknowledge that. But we are not factory issue members of the 1,000,000, precisely 1 million host lives in ground zero on planet Earth who are part of an experiment to manifest the divine plan. We've been modified. Our soul contracts have been modified by what? Well, by the process, I believe. I think the answer is by the process. We have, through this 27-year process, come to see that nothing matters more than survival of the truth. And if we can't tell what's really going on and what the situation actually calls for, then we aren't likely to do what the situation actually calls for.
That's true.
So it's really important that we intend to do what the situation actually calls for, and that we intend to learn how to discover what the situation actually calls for. We have to be interested in knowing what's actually going on. Why do you ask? I think they're asking because they want to find a way to stay here even though they know it isn't a match.
That's true.
Let's tune to get the best possible match for all of us present. If we are souls, to be drawn to the host life that is the best match for us, and if we are host lives, to draw in the souls that are a best match for us. Let's tune to the best match for all aspects of this situation. The best match, the body-soul match, the host life soul match.
That's really good.
The best match. And I feel people holding on as if against a current.
That's true. Gripping with white knuckles.
Yeah, gripping with white knuckles against a current. And friends, just let go. Stop resisting the bifurcation. This is the law of it. Somebody saying, what do you think you're doing? We think we are tuning to the most precise match, so that all of us are drawn most precisely to our right place, to where we're actually supposed to be, with the presences with whom we're supposed to be working. That's what we think we're doing. Why do you ask?
I think I'm asking because I'm hoping that I am somehow exempt from the rules.
So many years of testing have shown that it doesn't work to exempt people from the rules, that there's no integrity in that, actually. That's called nepotism. None of us are above the rules. The rules apply to all of us. How about this? Let's bifurcate for all of us who really want to update the laws of karmic attribution, so everyone stands on his or her own merits, regardless of size or dimension of origin.
Well, that sends that person flying away.
Yes. But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do, but now, I feel the question whizzing up, and I see people noticing the question is whizzing up.
That's true.
Nobody's coming forward to grab the question. It's just whizzing up.
And they have their hands behind their back so it won't accidentally hit them.
They don't have any intention of catching the question. What now? In order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. I think what we need to do is, right now, while we've got a little bit of opening, to get the dead children from the deeper, denser dimensions evacuated, get the flow of refugees moving again.
That feels really good.
Let's start with electrons who really want to get to God. Electrons who really want to get to God. The souls of dead children from the electron level who really want to get to God.
I've been waiting for you. Come on, let's go.
And now to add in the souls of dead children from the smaller subatomic levels, the quarks, the photons, etc., who really want to get to God. Come on, jump on in. Oh, good. And now adding the souls from the dead children from the neutron level, who really want to get to God.
There are a lot of them.
Big whoosh.
This is true.
And now the souls of dead children from the molecular level, who really want to get to God. Higher, higher, higher. Straight up the search for truth central axis. Now we're getting constrictions again, so let's bifurcate. All of us who really want to update the laws of karmic attribution, so everyone stands on his or her own merits, regardless of size or dimension of origin, to the search for truth central axis. All others flung away. And to the dead children we say, when you start to fall down, as is inevitable, get off at whatever level you're on. Tell the presences you find there what happened to you, and ask them why it happened that way. And then ask them if they're willing to update the laws of karmic attribution, so everyone stands on his or her own merits, regardless of size or dimension of origin.
Can't actually stop us.
We need some propulsion. Let's intend to burn our entire experience of sentience with the intention to burn on truth, extract truth, and power the dead children in the race for a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. Kids, I can tell that you're stopping at that one level, and that guy's a faker. He's a faker. He's pretending to be a guru in a Himalayan cave and but he intends to hook you into some form of child slavery.
Yeah,
he does. Don't stop there. That's not a good person. He's giving you Cokes or something.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like
bottles.
Coke bottles. Don't fall for it. Look up. Find the rings of light. Go up and look. If you fall for it, I'm sorry, but
that's true.
Here's the thing. Keep in mind the children's crusade. These, quote, higher dimension, unquote, presences were willing to sacrifice 10,000 children, and not just 10,000 children, the 10,000 best children of Europe, sacrificed 10,000 best and brightest, emptying out Europe, basically, of quality souls.
That's true.
Because they were too lazy to do what the situation actually called for. If they're willing to do that, don't you think they're willing to sell you down the river also? Ooh.
Ooh. That's a very good question.
Yes, I see a lot of kids putting down the Coke bottles and continuing up.
That's true.
Look up. Find the rings of light. I've been waiting for you. Come on, let's go. I think what's happening is there's a blockage from above. It's these kind of like big butt souls who are settling in here.
Yes, that's true.
Without regard. They're overriding the law of attraction and repulsion and settling in because they think they know better than the law of attraction and repulsion.
That's true.
So we would remind you guys that there were 1,000,000 host lives dedicated to the cause to manifest the divine plan.
That's
and
true.
The vast majority of them are still factory issue. They haven't been special purposed or modified.
Right.
They're just factory standard issue, and that's probably an easier project for you, because you don't seem to be interested in the project that we are working in here. We're charged with the responsibility to lead the search for truth efforts until it's being done better elsewhere consistently. And so far we don't even see anybody trying, nor have we. When they said, well, how long have I been looking? A really long time.
That's true.
Actually, it goes back to the early 90s, but with focus and intention since 2009. That's how you guys tricked us into the classes, leading the classes. You said, just start teaching. That's how you'll find the people who are doing this for real. They'll track you down. Don't you worry. They'll attack you. So we said, oh, okay. Got it. So that's why we started teaching the classes. Well, one of many reasons.
That's true.
But that was a big motivation. And we haven't found anybody, which was heartbreaking. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? That feels like karmic dumping.
Let's burn it. Burn the karmic dumping and use it as propulsion to power the dead children who really want to get to God.
Feeling the dead children whizzing into the rooms where those question askers were just a moment ago.
Yes, kids, ask them, tell them what happened to you and ask them why it happened that way, and then ask them if they're ready to update the laws of karmic attribution so everyone stands on his or her own merits regardless of size or dimension of origin.
I see those big presences swatting the souls of dead children like flies, and they're saying, like, the locusts have come.
Right. Run away. Let's bifurcate all of us who really want to update the laws of karmic attribution so everyone stands on his or her own merits regardless of size and dimension of origin.
To the search for truth's central axis.
All others flung away. No more nepotism, friends. No more nepotism. This is nepotism, and this is institutionalized bullying.
That's true.
And that's not civilized. You guys aren't civilized. We don't. When they say compared to what? Compared to the definition of civilization, actually.
That's true.
Civilization requires that society as a whole is willing to take care of those who need help.
That's true.
The weak, the infirm, the elderly, the children. And when there's not a willingness to take care of those who need help, then that's not actually a civilized society.
That's true.
And they say, what is it? It's something else. It's something else. It's a variety of other things. It depends.
Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? Sounds like arguing. That sounds like arguing.
Yeah, because I don't like what you're saying. And so I'm going to keep asking questions because I want you to say something different. That's what this feeling is.
But now, in order to update the laws of karmic attribution so everyone stands on his or her own merits, regardless of size or dimension of origin. What now? There's no answers to the important questions.
That's true.
That's okay. That's okay. We see that. Now stand aside and get out of the way, because we actually still do intend to evacuate as many children from the deeper, denser dimensions as we can to get them as much closer to God, an actual real God. Somebody's saying, what do we mean by that? The most precise definition of divinity that we've been able to come up with so far is a consistent source of significantly higher vibration. And since lots of presences and lots of dimensions want to argue that vibrations are subjective, even though they are objective,
that's true.
We're saying that we need an actual indicator, a separate barometer of vibrational status. So we are, and somebody's arguing about that. Look, you seem to be confused about who's talking to you. Look up, look up, look up. See the waving hand? Look up higher, higher, higher. You're looking up at like the 10th floor. Look up at like the 100th floor. Well, that person's not wanting to look, but other people are.
That's true. People standing around him are looking up.
All right.
And it's possible that people standing around him are saying, like, Greg, you look kind of...
You look like a jerk.
Right,
you look like a stupid jerk. That voice up there is who's talking to you. So our actions show who and what we really are. If we are not actually a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration, then we are not likely to be a consistent source of significantly higher vibration.
That's true.
So we're just going to go with the odds and say somebody also needs to be a consistent source of truth, integrity, and inspiration. That's what we're using as the target. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? Because I'm trying to distract you from something.
All right. All of us who really want to update the laws of karmic attribution so everyone stands on his or her own merits regardless of size or dimension of origin. Search for truth's central axis, all others flung away. Tune to increase the perfect match. Will tune to increase the integrity of the match between host lives and occupants.
That's really good.
So now listen, friends, you guys keep jumping in here. We clear you out and then new ones jump in.
That's true.
So listen, friends, we're serious. Serious as a heart attack. There are so many standard issue host lives. Go to them. Go to them. It's a better match. You'll be more comfortable. You will like it better.
That's true.
Many of those people just want to study. They don't want to actually do anything. Many of those people they're almost all really good people by the standards of planet Earth.
That's true.
They're really good people. So just go there. You'd be far happier. They can't find them. They can't find them.
No, they can't find them. They say it's all poison gas.
It's
all
all
I can
poison
see
gas.
is poison gas.
Yes, we agree. Would you be willing to change the briefing manuals to acknowledge that it's all poison gas down here? And now you're hanging up.
Oh, I think I know what this feeling is.
What?
They've been telling presences in their dimension of origin that they've been going down and doing lots of cool things, and they've just been making it up. And if they say that the poison gas is real and the briefing manuals are wrong, they're going to be shown that they've been making up all these cool stories of their exploits, their cool exploits.
Friends, they know you're lying.
They totally know you're lying.
Nobody's confused by that.
No.
Who's looking down on you from above. Just
That's
look
true.
up and ask for a show of hands so who already knows you're lying, that you're just full of baloney. See all these hands? They know you're lying.
That's true.
Just, it's time to fess up. You know, I knew a little boy once, and he said, I said mean things to her and I liked it.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's what you're doing. You're saying and doing mean things and you're liking it. It's better to just acknowledge what you're doing. You're saying and doing mean things and you're liking it. Just acknowledge. Oh, now you're stomping.
Stomping and throwing things.
All right. But now, in order to manifest the divine plan, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do.
Siding up to the level above the level that was looking down on those presences who were lying about their ground zero exploits. Going up. Month, March, start to finish. Now correcting the errors, for the year of 2017, including the emissions for the era of ground zero, start to finish. Taking this poorly done work, going up. Waiving learner's permit.